One of the most tragic K-pop cases is Omega X's, but with the CEO of Spire Entertainment stepping down and the members suing the company to get their contracts terminated, what's wrong happening with Omega X and what will happen to Omega X? Accusing Kang Seon-hee of verbal and physical assault, as well as Omega X has moved to file charges against the former CEO of Spire Entertainment, the K-pop group said at a press conference on November 16. A little over 3 weeks ago, a fan of the boy band tweeted a purported eyewitness account of abuse at the hands of then-CEO Kang. The legal action, which includes a lawsuit to terminate their contract with the firm, is the result of that tweet. 11 senior members of Omega X, who are between the ages of 21 and 27, including the group's leader Jahan, Hwichin, Sebin, Hangyeom, Taedong, Sen, Jihyun, Kevin, Junghoon, and Yekin, had their debuts in other groups before those groups broke up or took a break. The so-called K-pop Avengers created the organization in an effort to take advantage of their second shot in a fiercely competitive sector. For some of them, this would be their final opportunity. Spire Entertainment was the target of mounting evidence in the days before Omega X filed a lawsuit against it. After Kang ultimately lost her job, the band started to voice their concerns. Jaehyun remarked at the press conference, "The reason why we couldn't help but endure and keep quiet about all of this until now was because we were afraid that our last chance in the music industry would disappear if we didn't." So precisely how did these accusations start to circulate? A disputed eyewitness description of an event that occurred in Los Angeles after their concert on October 23 was published by Twitter user @we418. This was the first time that the story became public, when the fan claimed to have witnessed Kang blame the band and appear to physically the guys. They were waiting for their Uber Eats order to arrive at the time. "I saw the CEO of the kids company hitting the kids." The user claims this while also providing a link to an audio clip that purports to demonstrate the user being verbally abusive. "My hands are really shaking. I don't know what to do." It is said that one of the members fell to the ground. The woman can be heard saying in the video, "Have you ever done that for me?" and continued to tell the member, "When I was going through such a hard time, did he ever take care of me? I've collapsed before. Get up." Then vigilant fans discovered a different Twitter thread dated October 4 in which it was claimed that the lady of a fan witnessed 2 members of Omega X being shouted at by a woman in Chile, which stoked the flames of online indignation. On October 24, SBS News published an expose on the company and its CEO. Along with the article, the news organization released other recordings that purport to demonstrate further instances of verbal abuse and strange conduct. An individual who seems to be CEO Kang is seen purportedly yelling at the lads in a parking lot in Los Angeles in one of these videos, which may be an expanded version of the original Twitter user's claim. "Do you think losers like you could be loved by people?" she asked. "Are you big? You didn't come this far on your own." After Jaehyun has fallen to the ground, she inquires of the other members as to whether or not they have ever aided her when she has fallen. The second video that was distributed by SBS claimed to show Kang taking the leader by his collar and tossing him to the ground while Kang's bandmates attempt to step in and stop him. What was the response from Spire Entertainment? In a phone call to SBS, Spire Entertainment refuted all claims of inappropriate behavior. The person who posted the clip on social media, "They're more of an anti-fan against the company," she argued, revealing more. "I just asked them if they have ever helped me when I was having a hard time. An assault? No way." The 19th of October saw the publication of Omega X's most recent post on their shared Instagram account. Nonetheless, other than their absence on social media, the band did not respond to the charges until the subsequent weeks. The organization issued a comprehensive statement on the same day that the initial SBS report was made public. "First, we bow our heads in deep apology for having caused concern through this unpleasant news." Writing further, Spire Entertainment asserted that the group and the company have currently resolved all their misunderstandings, and they ended the conversation by saying that they wanted to move forward while being considerate of each other. The reunion did not persist for an extended period of time. Another SBS story was published on that day, and it contained reports that the corporation had canceled the members' airline tickets return to Seoul. This was an action that some people considered as revenge, and it left the boys in a situation where they were virtually stranded. SBS reported the next day that the band had to acquire their own tickets with the assistance of family members. What kind of response has Omega X given to the allegations of abuse? On November 6, Omega X finally broke their wall of silence. The band made their initial remark on the event public for the very first time on their very own Instagram account, which is independent from Spire and does not come under its supervision. There were days when we received such unwarranted treatment from our agency that it made us want to cry, but our only source of strength that made it possible for us to endure it all was remembering the cheers of our fans. It was said in the announcement that they will keep performing and chase our dreams up until the very end. On November 7, Spire announced that the CEO resigned. SBS proceeded to investigate and found further complaints of abuse, one of which was that she pushed members who had COVID-19 to perform on stage. Screenshots acquired by SBS on November 11 suggest that Kang and her husband, the company's chairman, pressured the group to hide positive COVID tests, with a video where Jaehyun can be heard questioning the idea. The screenshots also accompany the video. According to reports from the Korea Jungang Daily and the Korea Herald, the group eventually made the decision to move forward with a news conference on November 16, during which they announced accusations against the agency and a file to terminate their contract at the Seoul Bar Association. Omega X reported fresh charges that have been made against Kang and the firm, some of which include threatening behavior and false accusations. Not just Kang, but also employees and managers yelled insults at us and gaslit us, Jaehyun said. And during the recent world tour, we were physically assaulted by them too. Yekin recalled. Another high-up at our agency told us in the group chat while we were touring South America. She not only forced us to drink after our practices, but she made comments and touched our thighs and faces, persistently Jaehyun claimed, referring to Kang. Even when such meetings were over, she would continuously call and text us and verbally us. She would threaten us that we should grovel if we wanted to remain as Omega X, and that she would either us or kill herself if we didn't, he added. We had no choice but to stay with her and do as she wished, Hang Hee-um alleged. She'd also tell us there will be no next album if we reject drinking. The group also said they are seeking medical treatment. Whenever I got home, I became anxious that Kang would call any minute, Hang Hee-um continued. I eventually couldn't take it anymore and started going to a psychiatric clinic. In fact, even now, when I hear a phone ring or vibrate or anything remotely like an alarm, I panic. I told Kang I couldn't breathe after another panic attack. She teased me, asking if articles would suggest Omega X became a 10-member band because Hang Hee-um had panic disorder. He concluded, I was shocked. At the press conference, some members cried. Jung-hoon says Spire Entertainment hasn't offered a sincere apology and instead blackmailed them with a false financial statement. Their lawyers claim the corporation sought to get the members to pay $300 to $400 million apiece, approximately $220,000 to $298,000, to settle the debt. Taedong. I know not every agency is like that, but I think many K-pop trainees and idols are treated unfairly.